Hello. Yeah, it's Prince Easy once again. Okay, and we're going to talk to a particular group, and those are in the multimedia situations, right? And how ads in particular and policies are going to affect content in the future. Yeah, we have seen platforms that debut content like Netflix use terms as use terms in their contracts as inclusive genders and things like that. And they're making it a requirement for content to be accepted into their platform. Right? So we have seen a further spread because then those who have no issue with the whole situation, they comply and their error keeps spreading because they lack spiritual depth. Right? And of course, I did touch upon ads. Right? We need to be like, I've been on YouTube for a long time. I've consumed a lot of content from a lot of people, and I've seen a particular trend. Yeah, the one famous trend is they get big platforms. Yeah, their platform becomes like huge. Yeah, for instance, YouTube. It's a fine example of how this shift happens. Huh? So YouTube, people get to 1 million subscribers. That's not important. The subscriber count is not important to me. I've come to learn that it's rather the views. And I've seen people with 7 million views per video. you know and at one point they get, I don't know, what they think is some sort of upgrade to something better, and basically they leave their platforms to slowly die and decay in the background. Okay, and some of them has been due to policies, and some of them have been due to ads, just terrible ad placement. We need to be like more creative with the ad placements, and this interruption that we are seeing today. They are not putting ads on top of videos anymore where you can just skip after 5 seconds. No, they're embedding the ad within the video. That is highly disruptive when it comes to how the content is supposed to affect the consumer as intended. The ads just ruin the whole experience. They take people away from the video, right? And the most successful people I've seen on this platform, their videos, zero ads. Zero ads. Because they personally, in their own life, they do not like being interrupted with ads, right? That's the experience of each and every one of us. So why then do we subject others to that torture? That's the question that we need to seriously ask ourselves, right? So that's the problem that you have. Media has made these ads like torture, and money has been basically just destroying platforms left to right. I could say most of the TVs that Tanzania has are on like YouTube. But YouTube is not of Tanzania. If we had our own platform, then we wouldn't be worrying about all of these things of policies changing and forcing us to adapt our films in order to debut in their platforms. They have to have certain to fit certain criteria that we may or may not agree with. Yeah. Now we see the issue of X. That has caused chaos in our country for some reason. It has caused the divide. Some of it sees as an infringement to free speech. Some of people see it as going too far. But it doesn't really matter. Your opinion does not matter. They are a company, and they are looking to make money. So they view it like that. And money against words in this fallen world, you won't win that debate. You will not win. You can't win. Okay? The content is out there, people can access it. So this panic is over nothing, really. It's just you thinking and complaining that Twitter is somehow subjected to the law of Zion. No, it's not. It is not. It is the property of somebody else, and they can do whatever they want with it. And those who agree with him, they will go to that platform. So what do you do then? You complain that they change and they make the environment conducive to your needs, or you make your own platform. Simple. All of this complaining, futile, right? And of course, the other aspect is sorting the facts. In this age of people trying to stand out or have a quote-unquote artistic freedom or expression to stand out, people are, of course, there are others who are taking it too far, right? They are essential. They're trying to make things like too much sensational, right? And new phenomenon as clickbait has erupted, and it is like highly disruptive, because regardless of what these people think, people use their actual money to watch those videos, literal money. Now it should matter, and all of these clickbaity platforms should understand and should know that there is it's theft. You have a thumbnail that insinuates you are talking about something else, this thing, but when you get into the video, it's a deception. Because my views are equating to money. So money here is the problem. The ads, the policies, I don't know, they want to make videos longer than 7 minutes so as they can place ads upon it, such type of environments. These are hostile moves, and you should you should be smart. These are hostile moves, and a hostile takeover is happening on YouTube with help of algorithms, or what other people call AI. Right? So they are in a campaign right now, silently, to assassinate every competition they have out there, systematically. Okay, so what is my advice? Do what you are doing. Continue doing it. Okay? Continue doing it. Do not get tempted into evolving. That's when you lose audiences, and the attention is the product. People's attention is so that consistency. If you're a blog guy, be a blog guy. Blog, I remember Michuzi those times. I don't know where it is right now. But for the case of Michuzi, I think he was like slow to adapt. He would have been popular up to now. Platforms like Reddit, quite popular. Quite popular. But again, they have their own problems lately. But people need to understand it's somebody's property. Right? And never forget it. So if you want to make, or you want to have a platform that suits your group, then come together, you as a group. Not it does not have to be like everybody making their own situation, but and it's all about promotion. It's all about promotion in this day and age, right? It's all about promotion. Okay, detoxing from cell phones. These are the key things in order to have a healthy lifestyle. Taking aside, my phone has tried to kill me a couple times, but let's not go there. But this is common use. Ringtones, hobbies, less apps, call over text, right? Ringtones, do you remember that experimentation of dog, whistle, and a treat, right? Now, in this case, the treat is the dopamine shot in your brain, right? The bell is the ringtone, and you are the dog, right? We are not calling. Okay, when you call a person, you expect them to receive the other end, right? We have seen this in relationships. I have had relationships where basically we would argue about freaking cell phone and how we somehow miscommunicate, or I don't know, miss calls or miss texts. It is insane, It is like, what? So these devices have too much power because we are not actually calling them. Okay, when you call, you expect a response or silence. We're actually summoning them, and that's how people feel. This is witchcraft. Your phone is summoning you. So you become hypnotized by your device. Right? You become hypnotized by your device. And you lose all sense of time and space. You literally move into another dimension. So that's why people can spend a lot of time over there, because it's not this dimension anymore. Okay, they can't read a book as much as they watch their Instagram feed. Right? But at one point in time, people read their books like how they are watching their smartphones right now. I'm talking about those ages where people read magazines and stuff like that, So it's understanding how these things affect us, and ringtones is one major problem, right? Some others, if you are, it can even increase anxiety. If you have debt, ringtones can even give you heart issues. Okay, ringtones are a problem. Let's just say that ringtones are a problem. Okay, vibration are not better either. Right? Hobbies. Okay, you need time away from your phone. You need to do something with that time. Okay, you cannot just quit cold turkey without. Right? You need to have hobbies, things that you do with that time that you want to put down your cell phone. Right? You need hobbies, and most people don't have hobbies, especially young women out there. Most women do not have hobbies. They do not have hobbies. And that leads to boredom, and boredom leads to many other issues. Right? Men are actually active, they get out, they do stuff. Women need to get involved in the hobbies situation. They have been staying behind. Okay, that's just my observation, right? Less apps, of course, means less notifications, means less ringtones, right? You have to like narrow down, funnel the most essential things. That's what you keep. This generation calls it minimalism. Minimalize your apps. Okay, minimalize your apps. Less apps you have to interact with, the more likely you are to spend time on your situation, right? Call over text. Text has become like the biggest reason why people are actually on their phones. Texting. I personally don't prefer it. I rarely do it, but I mostly call. I like to call. Okay, I like to call. So call over text is another good advice. Okay, and if you can't reach a person, then leave a message. Call me back or whatever. That should not be like, literally, man. It can lead you to question your whole relationship. Like, are we seriously right now arguing about a stupid plastic thing that was supposed to summon me, and now, it has become a wall, even in relationships today. People will show you their private parts before showing you their phones, and that's a scary situation. Okay, but since people don't think straight these days, that's normal. Like Fidikius say, ruksa kushikana lakini sio kushikiana simu. Right? It is okay for you to touch my body anywhere, anyhow, but do not touch my phone. So you're actually saying if I want to be intimate with you, I should touch your phone. So why are we surprised that there is war waging? Right? Again, talking about the thirst, Intimacy, you see, like, whoa, you're hitting a deadlock. Like, this person has more secrets in their situation than in their hearts. Like, wow, you gotta find a way. You gotta sneak and take the device and, I don't know, fake the facial recognition or whatever. Yeah? It's crazy. Yeah? It's crazy. But I'm just saying, it's a problem because we didn't really anticipate how it would turn out. And it's turning out to be like horrible, right? Turning out to be horrible. And I think people should watch out, should bring that old tradition of people actually meeting face to face. I prefer that myself. Yeah, I do. Because there's more information when you see a person. You get more information. Maybe they're sickly. You can't tell that over a phone. Maybe they have bags under their eyes. You might say you have video calls, but hey, there are filters these days. They have bags under their eyes. How do you know? How are they when they hang up? The most interesting thing happened to me, when I worked in a call center, as a call agent. They are literally tutoring people to have this fake voice. Even waandishi wa habari, those people who work in the media, who stand in front of cameras, they understand this. There is a voice that you speak with, and there is a voice that you work with, right? And you can't reconcile the two ever. You gotta pick and choose. And trust me, you'd rather not act, myself. That's why I think I used to be into acting, back then. Seriously into acting. I was into it. Yeah? And from what I got, the feedback, I was good at it. But the problem is that, you can't reconcile. And before you know it, you perform a character too good, then people assume that you're that person. And I can't have that in my life right now. I cannot. I'd rather be who I am. Right? So, there was salt in the performances, but still it was me. Right? And that has helped me to in relationships. People find they can find their anchor, okay, because I'm not constantly evolving. Uh, what I've come to learn is like I'm more like my mother. Once you form a relationship with them, it does not end until it ends, but it does never end. No matter what time passes or whatever. Okay, it does not end. Okay, now that has caused me problems. Being excited to meet people that are not really excited to meet me, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. I had an expression and I was honest to that expression. But people don't move like that these days. If you do not text them, they do not remember you because they spend most of their time in the device thingy. Right? So the time dilation is a problem. They seem distant to you, yet I hope you get what I'm saying. So let's talk about the blessing of the covenants. I am a sorry Kizushi. These are 3 questions. When the scripture says people will be multiplied when the blessings of God pour upon the believers. Their crops, cattle, the people multiply, just like the sands of the ocean. What does that mean? Peace even. What does that mean? Really mean? Okay? Now most of you, after I say that, you had either an emotional response or an intellectual response. It's not your fault. Okay? This is the training. Okay? But look at things in both perspectives. Huh? You understand why we have been talking about things that we have been talking about here. You understand. Look at this thing here. People multiplication, crops and cattle multiplication, peace and all of that. Look at it from a intellect and an emotional perspective. Prince Easy signing out. Bye.